What do you think of when you think of Jason Caphone?
When I think of Jason Caphone, I think of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Jason's like a bit of a genius. Like you can't tell at the start, but like it's very subtle things he does that you're just like, only either a madman or a genius can think of these things. And Jason's both. He's a madman and a genius. He's a mad genius. Like
Jason Caphone is kind of not quite a chaotic evil, but he's more of a chaotic good. His intentions are there. He has very good intentions, but like his execution sometimes isn't quite there.
He was just one of the funnest people to hang out with, and he really showed that he could be someone that you could just talk to and have fun, enjoy.
I don't get it. I don't get why everyone loves him, but he's a fun guy, I guess.
He's a nice kid. He's a bit difficult to work with. We had to leave the room so that he could play guitar. We had to turn around while he was playing guitar as well and like pretend like we weren't paying attention.
He really he doesn't realize it, but like he starts trends without even realizing it. Like he's the one that turned me on to like a lot of the music I listen to now. Before him, like I wouldn't really like share my type of like music that I really like, which was like punk rock, and like everywhere we go he just asks like, "Oh, can you put on this song?" And like normally I would never ask for that because like I don't want to be embarrassed in my music. He never was. He never gets embarrassed about that kind of stuff. He really doesn't realize it, but like he's got a lot more courage and like strength, and like he gives himself or lets himself think that he has. Every time I talk with Jason Caphone, my day just gets a little bit better.
So my name is Jason Caphone. I live in Long Island. I like to play music. Sometimes I make my own music. Sometimes I just play along to songs that like are fun to play along to. It's all about the journey. It's not about the destination. So when I graduate, ideally I want some type of job involving music, whether it's like mixing or like producing shit or like making like move to California and start a band. That's what I've been saying since I was like 12. But yeah.
You haven't played the bass.
The end goal is to just be rich and famous and have all the money. No, I'm just kidding. but maybe a little bit. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's an experience life. You know, you never know. Dude, I could end up any number of places, man. But like, right now I'm just working for this like AV company. So like, I don't know. I guess I have a normal job. But I'm just trying to move to California and start a band, man.
Okay.
Because like this one time, like my friend Blake and I were gonna go hang out with him at his house, but Blake and I were like at my house beforehand because like he had to get out of a class or something, and but he calls us probably like an hour before we were gonna all hang out, and he goes, "Guys, I lost my cat. I lost my roommate's cat. It's outside. I need your help." So we're like, all right, Jason, let's see what's gonna happen with this. We go outside and Jason's frantically pointing at a tree that's like kind of near like the back parking lot, and he's like, the cat's like stuck up the tree, and we're like, oh, can't wait to get this out. So we're just like trying to call for it and like reaching up and trying to like be like, oh, come here, kitty, like it's all good, we're here. And it's just like scared. It's this little like black cat named Jack, and it was his roommate's cat. But like eventually we're like resorted to throwing some shoes at it, or like just trying to get it to jump down or something, because if it fell any higher it would absolutely like break its leg or something.
It might have been this semester at some point, but we were at Blake's house. Everyone was kind of having a grand old time. It was a little get together. Jason, he's a little bit of a lightweight, so he has like 2 beers maybe, and he goes, "Guys." Eyes like this, he's like, "Guys, I'm so funny." With his little Jason laugh, like, "Oh," in his little shaggy voice.
So there was one time a bunch of us went to the city for karaoke, and Jason Confone was there. And I can tell immediately that my boy had several drinks. And boy, oh boy, it was a good time. Jason asked about 40 times for someone to sing Blink-182 songs with him. It kind of got annoying, but you can't be annoyed at Jason because Jason's the GOAT.
So it was last semester, fall 2019. We were at a party at a certain house, and we were all having a great time and whatnot. And then Jason and I were just singing together to a song. And all of a sudden, someone comes into the room and says, "Hey, who wants to do a chicken fight?" And we go outside, and Jason and I verse each other in chicken fight. We're both on the shoulders, and I beat Jason, but his reaction when he fell on the ground was, "Damn it!" And he was so intoxicated that his smile just made me laugh hysterically as I was bleeding.
Oh, I was walking back from class from the library.
I met Jason Confone my freshman year of college. He was in my first ever English class that I took, and immediately I did not like him. He walked into class one day and he had like this outfit on that made him look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. He had like the green shirt on, brown pants, a goatee, shaggy blonde hair, and like immediately I'm like, get a load of this guy, like what's his problem? Then fast forward a few days, he wore like a Blink-182 like concert t-shirt to class, and he sat in front of me and I like poked him and I'm like, "Hey bro, that's a cool shirt." And like that was the end of it. That was like the end of the conversation. Fast forward like now like a few weeks, and like I saw that he was at the dining hall with like a bunch of kids from class. And I politely like walked over and I asked him if I could like sit with you guys. You know, I don't have that many friends. And immediately I found that like Jason was like my favorite person to talk to. We had the same interests, and like there's something special about him. Just like the way he looked at stuff was just like so different and like just special. You know, he was a special dude when I met him, and like he still like amazes me with stuff that he does.
Yeah, so I've been in pretty low places. I've got friends in low places.
Well, one day, there was a time, same idea, but it was in the classroom and whatnot. He seemed like he was very down, and he actually kind of, I believe he left mid-class, and I actually left as well, and he was down by a water fountain somewhere. I forget where I was, somewhere in Yoakum. And basically I said, "But you good?" He's like, "Yeah, just a lot of work I have to do and whatnot. I freaking hate college." And I said, "Well, you ain't the only one there, but enjoy what you're experiencing now," is what I said and whatnot. And he thanked me, and we went back to class.
So like Jason to me is like that classic person that I knew I would meet in college, because like I knew that there was gonna be like somebody who's just like really easygoing and like really cool and like listens to like, you know, punk music and just like hates the system and like we really live in a society kind of guy.
It wasn't quite out of character for Jason Cafone, but like it did stick with me. It was over winter break when kind of we all went to the city for like a little gathering. We were all walking as like a unit down like the street or whatever, and I'm standing next to Jason because we were all in like lines of two, and we were just like chatting, me and Jason, and he was talking about like his parents and like problems with that, and I was talking about like my parents and like problems with that, and like we brought up the topic of like his leave of absence and like how it was because he was having a lot of like issues with like mental illness or like mental health. And we started getting onto that topic, and like we ended up having like a lot of things in common in that respect. And like we were just kind of going back and forth and like sharing experiences that we had and like stories that we had. And like it wasn't entirely out of character for Jason, but like it did stick with me for a while, and I kind of not looked at Jason differently, but I was like, I get it. Like I get where you're coming from in this kind of thing. So like I gotcha.
So my fall semester in my senior year, last semester I took off because I was just not having a good time. I was kind of like down a lot, didn't really want to get up or do anything. I don't know, people started to worry about me. It was just a weird time. But I feel like the time I took back home really helped me kind of, you know, allow myself to like focus on my mental health and like everything, like figure out what was bothering me and like how to deal with it. And I feel like I really came back like a stronger like person. So I don't know. This is the first time like right now this year's like I feel more like myself than I have for like the past 4 years. So yeah, that's good.
Say that once he looked like he was very down and whatnot, wasn't having a good day, and I said, Jason, you and I, let's go get drunk, let's go downtown. We went downtown, we got drunk, we saw a couple of friends there, and it turned into a great night. And I was getting him drinks left and right, and he was smiling left and right at all the girls that were passing by. It was hilarious. But he immediately bounced back. I don't know what happened that day. I didn't ask, because honestly, he said, you know what, forget about it. I'm having a great time. I don't need to remember.
Well, Jason, when he was in PSTV, all of us managers could agree that he was kind of, you know, struggling. Like, that was what he was known for amongst the managers, being one of the kids who, like, didn't get it. And nobody really wanted to give him a chance, so I would, like, put him in a different position each time. So there was one episode where I was like, I'm gonna put Jason as a director. And I thought that he was gonna be like, I'm scared, I don't know how to do this. But Jason was just like, all right, cool. And then he directed the episode. He did wonderful. That was the first episode. That was actually the first thing that went live for PSTV in about a couple of years. And he was the one directing that, and it was fine. It was actually my favorite episode. So I thought Jason would be like the worrying type, and he was just like, got it immediately, because he's a genius.
I thought it was like he had a cool look to him and like he knew who he was, and like I don't know, he's just an overall like pretty cool guy, and in a way, like I don't know, I think I'm definitely gonna be like lifelong friends with that guy. Like I'm not gonna just know him in college and then like never see him again. Like I definitely want to keep up that friendship, you know.
I feel like the time that I took off really helped me get back to like the better place I am in now.
Can't do regular human stuff, I've come to realize. It's the best way to describe it is like sometimes he's just not on this plane of existence. He cares a lot about his friends. That's why like every time he's like nervous that like he did something wrong, immediately he asks questions like, hey, are you mad at me? And like after I tell him like for the 20th time, I'm not mad at you, not at all, why would I be? He still like is like a little worried, and like it's comforting knowing that like he experiences the same like insecurities that like other people feel, but like he's got the courage to like not be so afraid to show like who he really is, you know, like he's not afraid of like asking, hey, are you mad at me? Hey, you know, did I do something wrong? Are you okay? You want to talk about it? And like he's very grown up when it comes to that kind of stuff, very mature.
Jason Capone has always been Jason Capone. He's never been less or more, he's just been Jason Capone. He has his own category that explains him. So he's not going anywhere. That personality's there forever, as long as he's got his friends behind his back.
Every time I talk with Jason Capone, my day just gets a little bit better. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter why, like what he does, he'll just say something like, hey, how was your day? What's up? And I'm just like, it's good now. Good now.
I don't know. I like to think I'm a kind person who, like, you know, is there for people. Cause like, I don't know. I like being there for my friends. Like, just, and I don't know. Yeah. Some people tell me I'm funny. Yeah.